What's up, team? Welcome back to Werkd and welcome to day 15 of the pump program, the end of week 3. We have another upper body workout on the books for today, a little bit more shoulder and ab and core focused. So let's hop into the warm up and I'll walk us through our first round. We're gonna start off with just 20 seal jacks, opening that chest up a bit, getting that heart rate up. 3, 2, 1, 20 seal jacks. Then we're going 20 body weight lateral raises. So hands start at your side. You're gonna reach up, the back of your hands clap together overhead. 20 reps. Try to keep those arms totally straight. Think about rotating the shoulder blades up, reaching towards the ceiling at the top. Trying to get everything in the shoulder girdle nice and loose. Somebody hopping in here. Hit those 20 reps.
And it is at this point that I have just knocked the mic loose and we lost audio. I don't realize I do that until about 15 minutes from now, so I'm gonna walk you through a voiceover until then, so I don't have to suffer through the workout again. Let's move into inchworms with a push-up. You can either do this push-up on your hands and feet or on your knees. Walking back in and out, trying to keep those elbows straight for 3 reps. From here, we're going into 10 nice, slow body weight squats. The focus here on screwing your feet into the floor, keeping your heels planted, and driving through your midfoot. Always focusing on keeping the knees tracking in line with the toes. On your final rep, you're gonna sit at the bottom, place your left hand down on the floor, and rotate up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest, and then alternate to the left side, and you're going to work through this 3 times. Really trying to open up the chest as much as you can. Now we're going to take the right arm and go big circles, trying to keep the palm facing out at the top, getting as much range of motion to warm up that shoulder girdle as much as we can to jump into this upper body workout. Then you're gonna go 10 in reverse. Then we're gonna switch arms, 10 forward on the left arm. Again, focus on that big stretch as far back and around as you can get it. And then again, working in reverse. And then we're gonna do 10 crosses, opening up the chest. Again, just trying to loosen up the shoulders. Sorry if this is a little lower energy than when I'm working out. I'm kind of hyped during that, but. So we're gonna jump into our first circuit here. It's 3 rounds of 30 seconds of work with 5-second breaks in between each movement. Our first move is going to be a strict shoulder press. So you're gonna start with your palm facing your head, elbow pointed forward, strict press up, locking out, and having your body and arm all land in a nice straight line. You want a little bit of a shrug with the traps at the top. Coming nice and slow back down, tucking that elbow into your hip, and pressing overhead. Lower body stays nice and tight throughout, legs locked out, butt squeezed, abs tight. Then we're gonna get a 5-second rest and we're gonna move into push presses on the same arm. So we're staying with the right arm and now we're getting some leg and hip drive. So it's a little bend at the knees and the hips, like the start of sitting down on a chair, and then pressing and locking out with that right arm. You wanna let that hand come down nice and slow to the shoulder while keeping your leg straight before you bend and press again. So bend, press, nice and slow down, but don't bend your knees like I just did before the dumbbell gets down. You always want to start locked out and then you get a quick dip. That allows you to get the momentum from the press to allow us to extend this set. Then we're gonna get another 5 seconds rest, and we're gonna switch arms, and we're gonna do the exact same thing on the left side. So 30 seconds of strict shoulder presses, left arm, 5 seconds rest, 30 seconds of shoulder push presses, left arm. We got 45 seconds rest between rounds, and we're gonna work 3 rounds through this. You wanna pick a moderate weight here because it is a decent amount of time under tension with only 5 seconds rest. I'm going with 25s to start. Let's jump into it in 10 seconds. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Strict presses on the right arm. Really focus your intention on pushing through the shoulder and gripping the dumbbell as hard as you can to try to engage all the muscles of the shoulders and triceps. Again, lower body staying nice and tight, no overextending at the low back. If you find that you're doing that, drop the weight to a lower weight. Three, 1, now push presses. Little dip and drive, 30 seconds. Focus on that slow, controlled negative, working the shoulder muscle on the way down. 7 seconds, guys. We're getting a 5-second break coming up, and we're gonna switch arms. In 3, 2, 1, rest, 5 seconds, don't set the dumbbell down, left arm, strict presses, and go. Same concept, tuck that elbow towards the hip and drive overhead. You can rotate the palm a little bit forward or keep it neutral or facing your head the entire time. Ten seconds. We got a 5-second break coming up with 30 seconds of push presses on the left arm. 3, 2, 1, 5 seconds. Push presses on the left in 3, 2, 1, and go. Ten seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1, and 45 seconds rest. We got 2 more rounds through. That was your baseline set, so if it felt fairly easy, try to increase the weight just a little bit, or if you don't have any higher weights, you can slow that tempo down to make it a little bit more challenging. If you felt too heavy and you were overextending your back or taking too many rests, please lower the weight. No egos here. 20 seconds, guys. We're back into strict presses on the right arm. I'm going up to 30s. Felt pretty good on the first round. Always look to push and challenge yourself where you can. I'm going to keep the 25 close by in case I need to drop down in weight. 5 seconds. Strict presses on the right arm in 3, 2, 1. Let's work.
guesswork.
10 seconds. Again, don't push the hips forward and extend at the back. 5, 3, 2, 1. 5-second break. Reset. Get ready for the push presses on the right arm in 1 and go. Dip and drive. That edge of the dumbbell should rest on the side of the shoulder. Legs locked out as you come down. Eight seconds. We're getting a 5-second break and switching arms. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Rest for 5. Strict presses on the left in 2, 1, and work. 3, 2, 1. 5-second break. Push presses on the left arm. Come on. 3, 1, and go. Big drive from the legs. Only locking out at the top. Those first few inches should come from the legs. Sitting back into the hips. Driving through the heels and toes. 8 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 45 seconds, guys. One more round through. How we doing out there? I am reliving this workout right now. It was beginning to be a struggle. This is not a high heart rate workout. This is a strength, more intent focused workout on the shoulders and abs. So heart rate should be fairly moderate right now. It should be more of a muscular fatigue or burn in the shoulders and arms. We got 12 seconds. One more round, guys. Nice deep breath in and out of the nose. Strict presses on the right arm coming back up in 5, 3, 2, 1. Legs are a solid base and work. Keep that core tight and spine in a straight alignment. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 seconds. We're going push presses on the right arm. 2, 1, and go. Come on, last set, guys. Big drives from the legs here. Locking out strong at the top. "15 seconds. Don't set that dumbbell down. Come on. Try to keep driving. 5, 3, 2, 1. 5 seconds. Switch arms. Strict presses on the left arm. In 2, 1. Work. "10 seconds. Come on, finish these strict presses strong. 5, 3, 2, 1. 5 seconds. Let that shoulder recover for a second. Last one of push presses on the left and work. Halfway through it. We got a nice 3-minute rest coming up here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 3 minutes. All right, team, on to Circuit B. How's everybody feeling out there? In this circuit, we have 40 seconds of work for each movement, 15 seconds of rest between each movement. We're working 3 rounds through this, and we have 4 movements we're gonna work our way through with 45 seconds rest between each round. Our first move coming up is a piked push-up. This is where you are set up on your hands and feet in a upside down V position. The closer you walk your feet to your hands, the harder this movement is. And if you struggle with pike push-ups, you can always do a standard push-up or a elevated push-up. So here I am showing you moving the feet in or out. We are diving the head towards the ground, allowing the top of the head or forehead to touch the floor for a full range rep. You can, of course, like I said, always do standard push-ups or push-ups on a bench as an alternative. Movement number 2 is a side oblique crunch, and we're going to start out on your right side. When we're on our right side, we're going to be working our left side obliques, and you want to set up so that your feet are pointing the wall ahead of you, and then your chest is rotated up towards the ceiling. So the back of your head is pointed towards the ground, feet are pointed towards the wall ahead of you, and then you are thinking about crunching up so that you feel it down those left side obliques, and think about bringing that elbow towards your hip or your chin towards your hip. Here I am showing you that if you're too rotated over on the side, you won't get the same type of engagement. Really focus on pointing that upper chest and chin towards the ceiling and then crunching towards the hip. We're gonna do right side for 40 seconds, rest for 15, and then do left side for 40 seconds. And the final move in the circuit is a lying leg lift. So you can do this with your legs straight, heels come down, just tap the floor, legs come up, hips come off the ground, and really focus on your control back down to the floor. You can of course modify with the knees bent and just letting the heels tap the ground. The straighter you have your legs, the harder the variation. So if you want to go in between straight and bent, that's a little bit easier. If you need to fully bend them, that's the easiest modification you can make. We got 20 seconds here, guys. Let's do it. Starting off with those piked push-ups, or modifying to standard push-ups or incline push-ups in 8 seconds. Focus on letting those elbows flare out and head touching the floor. In 2, 1, and go. 40 seconds. Really trying to reach with the traps and extend those arms overhead, trying to push the butt up into the air as high as I can. "15 seconds. Five, 3, 2, 1, and rest for 15. Moving into our side oblique crunches, lying on your right side, focusing on squeezing those left obliques. In 3, 2, 1, work. Really think about your intention here, that the abs and obliques are doing the work, and it's not just momentum from your hand overhead. Slowly control yourself back down to the floor and let your head tap the floor, getting a nice stretch in those abs and obliques. 12 seconds left. 5, 2, 1, and switching sides in 15 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, work left side obliques. "15 seconds. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest on your back. Lying leg lifts. Legs straight or knees bent. Pick the modification that suits you. In 5, 2, 1, and work. Trying to get those feet straight up overhead and not bringing them too far back behind your head. 7, Come on, keep working. I'm struggling here too. 3, 2, 1, and rest. 45 seconds. 2 more rounds through that. It's at this point I still haven't realized that I have knocked the audio loose. During one of these sets of oblique crunches, I will realize it, or at least think about it and check. But hey, we're live, guys. Shit happens. We gotta go with the flow. "15 seconds, and we're back to our pike push-ups. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest on your right side for left side oblique crunches. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and work. Really focus on that squeeze at the top. Ten seconds. 5, 2, 1, and rest. Switching sides. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and work. $25 left. Come on, keep squeezing. I believe it's this point I start looking up at the ceiling and start thinking about that mic. We'll be back on here in a minute, I think. Or at least 20, 30 seconds. 10 seconds left, guys. 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Jumping into those leg lifts, plugging it back in. And
10 seconds, guys. Lying leg lifts. 5, 2, 1, work. Whew. Eight seconds. 2, 1. Rest. 45. One more round, guys. Come on. How's those abs feeling? Yeah. 30 seconds. Last round through. Nice little rest coming up after this. 20. Try to get as many pike push-ups as you can. Even if you need to modify halfway through, that's totally fine. Or start out with your feet a little closer and step them back as you get fatigued. I'm gonna try to start as close as I can. Put as much weight on those shoulders. 2, 1, work. You can bend your knees if you need to. Step them back a little bit. Five, 3, 1. Side oblique crunches, come on. Whew. On the right side. 5, 2, 1, work. Fifteen. Good reps. 3, 2, 1. Rest, 15 seconds. Switching sides. Whew. 5, 3, 2, 1, work. Come on, focus those intentions on the obliques. Squeeze. Even if you gotta slow down. 2, 1. Lying leg raises. Nice rest coming up. Woo! Come on. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, work. Get those legs straight up, not too far back behind your head. Woo. 15. 5, 2, 1. Rest. Woo. 3 minutes, team. We're on circuit C. You're gonna need a lighter dumbbell for this circuit. I'm gonna go with 12s. We've done both of these moves before. We're gonna start off with a bent over Y raise. So, I'm gonna do it standing up first just so you can see the path of movement. My palms are facing me at a slight angle, like so. And I'm coming up into a Y position, like this. So my arms are making a Y. Now the only difference is, we're gonna change the angle of resistance to make it hardest at the top, because if we did it standing up, there'd be no resistance here. So we need to bend over at the hips. And now there's a lot of resistance on the shoulders here. So the dumbbells start here in front of your legs, and they come straight up into a Y overhead. Palms stay facing down the whole time. Get them up as high as you can. Don't try to force it too high. Really, it has to do with your shoulder mobility, so they'll probably come up to right around your ears. They shouldn't be going back behind your head. Don't try to force that position. Focus on light. Arms stay basically straight though. Straight, palms facing forward, straight up. That's our first move. We're only doing 30 seconds for each movement this round with 15 seconds rest, so it's a little shorter. So that's our first one. Our second one is a side lateral to front, come down, come up in the front, out to the side. So alternating back and forth. I'm gonna stay with the 12 again. Out to the side, come to the front, nice and slow down. Up in the front, out to the side, nice and slow down. Alternating back and forth. Again, lighter weight is necessary here. We don't want to be swinging this around. We want to focus on the shoulder muscles that we're intending to work. From there, our third movement is a mummy sit-up, but with the option to go weighted, or putting the weight on your chest, or pressing it up overhead. So, legs straight here, full sit-up, nice and slow down. You can also hold it here and sit up. That's a little easier because it gives you a little bit of leverage. And you can let the dumbbell go overhead as you get up. I'm gonna go with the 20 on this. Abs are a little fatigued already. Don't wanna get too crazy. And our final move is a plank side hip tap. So we're gonna set up in the plank position on the elbows, feet close together, and our hips are rotating over and we're touching each side of our hip on the ground. I'm gonna pause this for 1 second because I'm talking too much. So your elbows are a little wider than normal, feet together, reach, touch, alternate back and forth. A modification for that would just be to hold a regular plank, and actually a modification for the movement before is just a regular body weight mummy sit-up, or bend your knees and just do a crunch if you can't do any more mummy sit-ups. Any questions on those 4 movements, guys? Bent over Y raises, lateral to front to side raises, weighted mummy sit-ups, and plank side hip taps. We ready? Let's do it. 10-second countdown. Grab your light weights. You can use a band here as well. Just step on the band if you need to and come out to the front. Same thing with the side. 2, 1. Work. Lean over, up, into that Y. Palms stay down. Arms are straight. Slight bend in those knees. Keep your head neutral so you don't pinch the neck. Try to just lift with the shoulder. 5, 3, 1. 15 seconds. Little rest. We're going into those side raises. 2 front raises. 3, 1. This one, slight bend in the arms. Outside, front, down. Only coming up parallel to the floor. Don't come too high. Here, here. When you're squeezing them back apart, think about using your back muscles. Squeeze them back in together. Three, 2, 1. 15 seconds. We got our weighted mummy sit-ups. 4 regular sit-ups, or you can do crunches just like this. 3, 2, 1, work. Three, 2, 1. Rest for 15. Side plank hip taps. The side of your hip is bending over and touching each side. Pivoting at the feet. 2, 1. Work. Feet close together. Touch. Come on, 8, 3, 1, rest. 40 45 seconds, team. 2 more rounds through. How are we doing? Woo! Any questions on those moves? Good. 20 seconds, guys. We're in those bent over Y raises. Again, arms stay locked out, coming straight up to the ears in a Y position. You guys know what a Y looks like. 4, 2, 1, work. Keep those wrists straight. 1, rest. The more you think about driving the back of the hands towards the ceiling, you can almost keep your wrists a little bit like this. Trying to really reach those shoulders towards the sky. Side lateral to front raises. 3, 1, work. Four, 2, 1, rest. Weighted mummy sit-ups or regular mummy sit-ups. 5, 3, 1, work. Four, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds. Side plank hip taps. Three, 2, 1, work. Ten. 2, 1, rest. 45 seconds, team, come on. We got one more round through, then we have one more circuit, a short one. Come on, let's finish this week strong. Oh. Heart rate should be pretty moderate on this. This isn't a super high heart rate type of workout. A little bit more focused work. That's what yesterday was for, a little bit. 12 seconds, guys. Focus that intention. Think about kind of tucking your wrists when you're doing these Y raises. Tuck your wrists like that. You'll feel it more in the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, work. Tuck the wrist and push with the shoulders. Eight seconds. 3, 2, 1. 15. Lateral raises the front. I'm going to drop the 10. 3, 1. Work. Really Really control it. Hit these shoulders from every angle. Come on. 8 seconds. 2, 1. Rest, weighted sit-ups. Come on. Mummy sit-ups. 5, 3, 2, 1. Work. Focus the intention on those ab muscles getting you up and down. Very little momentum. Four, 2, 1. Rest. Plank side hip taps. Come on. 5, 3, 2, 1. Work. Whew. 15. 2, 1. Rest. 3 minutes, team. Woo! One more circuit. Come on. Hang in there. We got a little shorter circuit to finish off here. 3 movements, 20 seconds of work each. 10 seconds of rest between each movement. 3 moves, like I said, 20 seconds rest between rounds, so a little extra rest between those rounds. This is a little bit more difficult circuit, so modify if you need to. We are starting off with 20 seconds of a 1-arm plank. So the best way to set up for this is feet wide. You want that right arm right underneath your shoulder. So you don't want it out here, you don't want it out here, you don't want it up here. You want that core tucked with that tailbone tucked underneath. Hands stacked right under shoulder, and you're gonna try to hang in there. Try to push the floor away so you can engage the chest muscle, the back muscles. You're gonna load up on 2 hands to start. Get that right hand nice and steady. Spin the elbow back towards the wall behind you. So you wanna rotate it like that so your elbow is pointed back and it's locked out. Set up on that hand, feet wide, that's an easier variation. And you're gonna reach across and grab the other shoulder and hang in there. Focus on keeping those hips as flat as you can. So you don't want to be like this, you don't want to be like this. So you're trying to keep that nice and tight, staying up on the tippy toes of the feet. A modification for this is just hold a regular plank on both hands, or you can do slow shoulder taps as a modification, resetting that other hand on the floor throughout the 20 seconds. But it's only 20 seconds, so you can modify like this if you need to. So we're going 20 on the right, 10 seconds rest. 20 on the left, 10 seconds rest. And then we're going into plank hip lifts. So keeping that tailbone tucked, we're back in our plank position. This is all plank circuit. Tuck the tailbone, let those hips slowly lower towards the ground using just your core. Let your thighs tap and squeeze back up. You want to focus on a string, pulling your butt up and down. It's not pressing with your shoulders. It's this that's doing the work. Those are our 3 moves, guys. If you can't do the plank hip lifts or it causes any lower pain in your lower back, you can just hold a regular plank as well. You guys good? This is a tough one, but it's only 20 seconds, so do the best you can. Right arm planks coming up. In 12 seconds, start setting up. Remember, feet wide. The wider you go with your feet, the easier it'll be. I'm gonna start about the width of the mat. 3, 2, 1. Lock out, spin the elbow back, reach. Keep those hips flat. 10 seconds. Feel it. Should be shaking a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Switching arms. 3, 2, 1. Work. Focus on breathing. Think about turning the hips over towards that left arm. Pushing that left arm away from the floor. 4, 2, 1. Rest. Plank hip lifts. On the elbows, letting those hips lower, squeezing back up. 3, 1. Work. Slow. Feel those abs work on the way down. Drive back up. 3, 1. Rest. 20 seconds, guys. We're back to those right arm, one arm planks. Again, modify if you need to by doing touches. 5. Come on, team. 3, 2, 1. Work. Elbows spun back, pointing at the wall behind you. Hips flat. Abs engaged. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Switching arms. Whew. 4. Start setting up. 2, 1. Work. Ten. 5, 2, 1. Rest. Plank hip lifts, team. Come on. 2, 1. Work. Slow. Reach. 6, 5, 3, 1. 20 seconds, team. Come on. Somebody was asking for some lights. Let's go. Finish strong. Last plank. We had a request come in today. One arm planks. 5, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Kite core. Lock out that elbow. Squeeze those abs. Come on. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest for 10. Switching arms. Come on. Week 3 in the books. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Work. Turn those hips over to the floor. I don't want to see this. 10. 3, 2, 1. Plank hip lifts. Take it home. 5, 3, 2, 1. Work. Come on. 5, 3, 1. And done. Nice work, team. Another week in the books. Awesome job, guys. Thank you guys for joining in on Saturday morning. I appreciate you. We have 1 week left in the pump program. I'm excited to finish out strong. Hopefully you guys can show up next week. And make sure you're here Saturday for the retest of the chest press challenge. that we did at the beginning of the month. You guys have an awesome rest of the weekend. I'll see you Monday, 12 p.m. Thank you guys.